The Power of Corn by Julianne Stone. This is a blue. The cornfield stretches as far as you can see. Tall green stalks stand straight in perfect rows. Corn is one of America's most important products. Corn is also one of the oldest crops in America. Corn fed Native Americans, and they shared it with the first settlers. Corn fed pioneers and their cattle and pigs. A bushel of corn weighs 56 pounds. An acre is about the size of a football field. An acre grows between 140 and 180 bushels of corn. Today, corn is more important than ever. About 80 million acres of corn are grown every year in the United States. Farmers pick about 9 billion bushels. That's more than twice as much as any other grain crops. Americans make more things from corn than you ever imagined. More than 3,000 different products come from corn. Of course, you can eat corn just as it is, but there is corn in other things you eat too. Peanut butter, salad dressing, cookies, baby food, soup, and many other foods have corn products in them. You also drink corn. Fruit juices and soda use corn syrup to make them sweet. Some new types of tires are made from corn. Fuel made from corn can be added to gas for cars and trucks. Many products are made from corn. Corn was not always the plant that it is today. More than 7,000 years ago, Native Americans ate grains of a plant called maize. Maize was different from today's corn. Maize plants were shorter. The grains were smaller. Early farmers saved the best and biggest grains to plant each year. Over many hundreds of years, the plants and grains got bigger and became the corn we know today. Native Americans planted maize. Early machines helped farmers plant corn. When settlers arrived in America, they had never seen maize. Native Americans showed them how to grow it. Over the years, farmers kept learning how to grow better corn. They learned how to make it grow faster. They learned how to grow more per acre. They learned how to store the corn over the winter. They built new machines to help plant and harvest the corn. Today's corn may look different from maize, but it still needs water, good soil, and good weather. It still starts as a small kernel or seed. New corn plants grow from corn kernels. A kernel of corn contains the food supply for plant to get started. The kernel soaks up water, swells, and bursts. Then the roots begin to grow down. The roots absorb water and food for the plant. Next, the corn plant sprouts above ground. A single green stalk appears. New corn stalks in a field look like spines. Inside each stalk, the shoot will soon grow. The shoot is the part of the plant that will become the ear. For now, the stalk protects the shoot. The plant begins to grow quickly. The leaves absorb sunlight and air to help the plant make its own food. The roots are growing too. Some roots grow down into the soil. They pull up water and minerals. The corn plant grows taller in the summer sun. As it grows, it begins to make a tassel on top. It also makes small coverings called husks that protect the ears of corn as they grow. After about 2 months, the corn plant is ready to make kernels on the ear. Thin strings called silks grow from the husks. Bits of pollen from the tassels of other corn plants fall on the silks. Once pollen lands on the silks, the kernel begins to grow inside the husk. It takes another 2 months for the kernels to finish growing. The husks protect the ears of corn. Today, huge machines are used to harvest corn. Today's machines make harvesting or picking corn easier. Machines cut the stalk and pull the ear from the plant. Then they strip the husk from each ear. Clumps of stalks, husks, and cobs go back on the field. They slowly dissolve into the soil and make the soil healthier. The kernels go into a tank until they are unloaded into a truck. Cows are fed corn to make them grow. What happens to corn next depends on what to be made from it. Most corn becomes food for animals. Cows, pigs, sheep, chickens, ducks, turkeys, and even fish are fed corn as they grow. Other corn is ground up and goes into the thousands of corn products you use. There are 4 main kinds of corn. Sweet corn is the kind you eat. Flint corn is sometimes called Indian corn. Its kernels come in many colors. Field corn is used for feeding animals and making products. Sometimes field corn is planted in a maze. Then visitors can walk through the passage to find their way out. Popcorn is one kind of flint corn. When it is heated, it pops. And here are your types of corn. In many ways, the story of our country is the story of corn. It was here with the first people. It helped the settlers who came later. It feeds people and animals in both cold and hot tropical climates. Today, corn is still very important throughout the United States and much of the rest of the world. New uses for corn are invented every day. Of course, most people's favorite use for the corn is eating corn on the cob every summer. Please grab your paper and begin answering your question.